President Joe Biden's agenda was at risk of being derailed by divisions among his own Democrats, as moderates voiced anger on Wednesday at the idea of delaying a $1 trillion infrastructure bill ahead of a critical vote to avert a government shutdown. The White House said talks over twin bills that would revitalize the nation's roads and airports and fund social programs and climate change measures were at a precarious point as moderates and progressives disagreed over the scope of some $4 trillion in spending. Congress, which Democrats control by a razor-thin margin, is due to vote on a bipartisan resolution to fund federal operations through early December before funding expires at midnight on Thursday. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has scheduled votes on the measure beginning on Thursday morning, leaving plenty of time for the House of Representatives to act. The House is also expected to vote on Thursday on a $1 trillion infrastructure bill already passed by the Senate with bipartisan support, although some party leaders warn that vote could be delayed again, which would dismay moderates. Representative Stephanie Murphy, a moderate Democrat who backs the infrastructure bill, warned against defeat or delay of the legislation. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Schumer went to the White House on Wednesday afternoon to meet Biden, a former senator himself, who canceled a trip to Chicago to lead negotiations with Congress. A White House staffer met at the Capitol with moderate Democratic Senator Kyrsten Sinema, who has expressed deep concern over the size of Biden's plans and has the power to block them due to the Democrats' narrow control of the Senate. If the resolution to fund the government passes the Senate, the House could vote quickly to send the measure to Biden to sign into law, averting a partial government shutdown in the midst of a national health crisis. Biden's Democrats campaigned on a platform of responsible government after Republican Donald Trump's turbulent 4 years in office. Republican Senator John Cornyn expressed optimism on Wednesday. Democrats don't want to shut down the government. Republicans don't want to shut down the government. That will supply the result that we all expect, which is to keep the lights on, he told a news conference. Senate Democrats have tried to pass legislation that both funds the government and heads off a potentially catastrophic federal government default by raising the nation's $28.4 trillion debt ceiling. But they have been thwarted by Republicans who want Democrats to use a parliamentary maneuver to act alone on the debt limit issue. The government will hit the ceiling around October 18, an event that could cause a historic default with long-lasting economic fallout and implications for financial markets. Schumer has demanded bipartisan cooperation on the issue, arguing that it addresses debts racked up during both Democratic and Republican administrations. The House passed a bill on Wednesday suspending the limit through December 2022, by a mostly partisan vote. It now goes to the Senate, where it is expected to be blocked by Republicans again. Investment bank Goldman Sachs this month described the standoff as the riskiest debt limit deadline in a decade. Several senior Democrats have said the $3.5 trillion reconciliation bill, so-called because it is being drawn up under a budgetary procedure to avoid Senate rules requiring 60 votes out of 100 members for passage, will need to be scaled back to pass. Moderate Democratic Senator Joe Manchin said he believed it would take weeks to reach agreement. House Democrats urged Manchin and Sinema to say publicly what they want.